Hello everybody and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. This is a game in which you accept contracts and build rockets to fulfill those contracts to explore the vast solar system that you have to be researching. I'm playing in Beta 0.9, which is the newest release of the game, released only a couple days ago from this recording. I have not played this version of the game, however I've played a good amount of previous versions, so I'm going to play on hard mode, but increase my starting funds to 25,000. So it's going to be a little bit easier to start off, however it's going to be a little bit more laid back in the beginning. Nice to meet you. I'm Gene Kerman, Flight Director, and your guide to this quick introduction. This is the Space Center. Yep, I know that. From here you can manage all aspects of the space program. Feel free to have a look around, hold the right mouse button as you move the camera or the arrow keys, right click over the Space Center facilities to view more about them, and left click when you're ready to head inside. If you need more information, check out the training section in the main menu. Thanks, I've got it. So yeah, this is the Space Center where you have all your buildings. You've got the research and development facility right here, which you can spend science and research new parts. Over here we have the administration building, where we can we can focus efforts. We can use our funds over time to get more reputation, or use your reputation to get more funds, or get more science, or something like that. This is the astronaut complex where you can recruit astronauts, or Kerbalnauts. This is the spaceplane hangar where you build spaceplanes. And this is the runway where you launch them. And then this is the mission control where you get the contracts. This is the vehicle assembly, the VAB, where you build rockets, and that is where you spend most of your time. Over here is the tracking station, in which you can see all of your current ongoing missions and asteroids or in the area and such. And then finally, we have the launch pad, which is where you launch your rockets from the VAB from. Okay. Now so this is the VAB. Welcome to the vehicle assembly. Hello, I'm Werner von Karman, Chief Rocketry Engineer. This is the vehicle assembly building. Here is where we build spacecraft and later roll them out on the launch pad for flight. Pretty impressive, isn't it? On your left, you'll find components to construct your own spacecraft. Select a starting part, then attach others to it to build a ship. You can then have a look around with right mouse button or the arrow keys. That's it. Really, it's not as if it was rocket science. Oh. Anyhow, if you need more in-depth explanation of how to build, we have a look at the training section at the main menu. Got it. Okay. So yeah, you got these tabs. Right now we don't have that many parts, but it's enough to get us started. But first, we need to go to mission control and accept a contract or two. Well, of course, the first one, you just launch a new vessel. So pretty much these briefings are just random, just splurge of just kind of what this is going to do, but not really. So pretty much you just want to read this. We want you to launch a vessel to officially start the space program. So I definitely want to just accept that, get a bit of starting funds. Let me also, and since I have a max contract of 2, I want to also look at a set altitude record of 5,000. Seemed decent for the chief bookkeeper passing by Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society. So yeah, it's just pretty junk. Or it's just not junk, but just fluff. We want you to launch a new vessel with altitude of record of 5,000. I think I can do that in my first launch, so I'm going to also accept that contract. And actually, I might have... Nah. Okay. So let's head to the VAB and construct our rocket to do that. So first we want our cockpit. And of course, we want to go to utility and immediately put a parachute on our ship. Okay. So down here, I guess we can see the craft statistics. We can have a maximum of 30 parts and a mass of 18 tons and different sizes. Okay. So let me... Okay, I can just, to make things easy, I can just literally put a solid rocket booster here, and that should get high enough to get 5,000 meters. So let me... I don't need an antenna on it because I'm just going to be taking some readings. And I guess we'll name this first spacecraft because we aren't really going to use it again. So it doesn't really need any sort of real name. So I guess we'll have Jebediah Kerman as our pilot. And let's... Oh, actually, we gotta fix the staging so we don't launch the parachute right as we launch our rocket. So yeah, we don't have any notifications. These are our contracts, and then, yep, these are our craft statistics. And then, I don't know what this stuff is up here. It looks like it's just... Okay. It's just... Okay, it's... I want to undo that, but, like, you can, like, slide things around and rotate them. Okay. And route, which I don't actually know what that means. Okay. Let's launch. Okay, well, this is our beginning makeshift launch pad. Don't even need to turn up the throttle because solid rocket boosters just boost automatically. And let's watch the contracts happen. Boom! Launch a new vessel complete. And we get a notification for it. We get some funds, we get some science, we get some reputation. I'm going to just delete that notification because we've already seen it. And yeah, it looks like we're definitely gonna reach 5,000 meters. And bam, we've reached an altitude of 5,000 meters. Get some more funds and reputation. And we've run out of fuel, so now I'm going to use period and comma to time warp. Using physics time warp, yep, it will. It can screw up some larger ships, but this ship should be fine. So do not show again. I'm going to use time warp to speed up this descent. Okay, so we're coming back down. I'm going to open the parachute and time warp some more while we're just falling back to the planet. And I want to stop time warping around 700 to 600 meters or something. So I'm not using physics time warp when the parachute opens because it could rip off and that would be very bad. Okay, so it's about to open up. Okay. Now I can time warp again until we're just about to touch the ground. And that should be our first mission success. Start out small and then you go big. And touchdown. Well, solid rocket booster on the bottom blew up, but there's nothing we could have done about that. So we're actually... I'm going to take a crew report. Keep that data. I'm going to take an EV report while he's on the ladder, and it says we're flying over, so I'm going to keep that. And then I'm going to get him out again. and I'm gonna get it on the ground. So I want to keep that data, and then I also want to, I would like to take a surface sample, but maybe you can't. Huh. I don't know. I don't know why it's not like to be letting me take a surface sample. Might be only scientists can or something. That would be my guess, but I don't know. Okay, let's recover the vessel. Get whatever stuff we can back from it. All our funds and science and stuff. Okay, so we got some science recovered. We got our parts recovered for some funds. And crew recovered. So we got some XP. Okay, so we want to, we have 11 science, so we want to go to this research, we want to go to the research and development building. This is the tech tree. These are, we start off with these parts here. So yeah, just like an engine, a solid rocket, like a girder, an antenna, a parachute, some engines, fuel tank. So we definitely need more than that to do stuff. So we have enough science. We'll get this basic rocketry, which gives us some new fuel tanks. Gives us this mystery goo containment unit, which gives us science when we use it, and stack decoupler, which will be very useful. So let's research that, but not purchase all the parts yet. Okay, and then we have 3 new things that use different amounts of science. So we have general rocketry, which is 20 science. We have stability, which is 18, and survivability, which is 15. We only have 6.7, so we can't do anything yet. And also, while you're in the research and development building, you can look in the science archives. And this is all the science we've taken. So we've only taken a little bit of science from Kerbal. Okay. Now let's look at the mission control. Okay. This is interesting. I haven't seen these before. Okay. So we have to perform visual surveys of Kerbal in different positions, I'm guessing? It probably tells me. I would like to kind of know how far away. But other than that, it's okay. I could do these. They wouldn't give me that much science, but I could nonetheless. Or they wouldn't give me much money, funds. Yeah, but I could definitely test both of those easily, and this. So yeah, I'm actually going to. I can only accept a max of 2 though, which is really interesting. This one's easy to do. I could do this. So I'm actually going to do 2 missions. One with the altitude record of 22,000. And the other with testing liquid fuel engine landed at Kerbal. Or one of these. So I'm going to accept this. And I'm going to accept this. And I can only have those 2. So let's go build a rocket that can do that. Okay, so let's make a new rocket. Put a command pod on it. This is our experimental part. So I'm just gonna stick a couple of fuel tanks on it. And stick the engine. And then I want the parachute on there. And make sure this fires first. Okay. Let me just call this test craft. And sure, I'll have Jebediah piloting. And, okay. Actually, I don't need that monopropellant, so I'm actually... Does it make my ship lighter? That's what I'm wondering. I don't really know. I guess I'll just keep it on. It doesn't really matter. Let's save and launch. Okay, so we just need to go through the staging with this rocket, which we're actually just going to use to take off to get our altitude record. So, yeah, we have these conditions met. So let's go. And hopefully we get to an altitude of 22,000. If we don't, then that actually could be somewhat bad, but I think we'd be able to recover from it. So yeah, I got some funds, some science, and some reputation. I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to decrease the throttle because we're going a little bit fast. We don't want to be really going this fast, this low in the atmosphere, because it's pretty inefficient. And I definitely am running out of fuel, so I need to be as efficient as I can while I'm doing this. I'm actually increasing in velocity with this low throttle, though, so I think I should be able to get it, which is really nice. Okay, so I still have about a fuel tank and a half left, and I'm at 11,000, but I've gotten through the worst part of the atmosphere. Yeah, I'm gonna throttle up a bit more. This fuel tank is almost out. Okay, so now I'm on my final fuel tank. I'm just gonna burn through it as fast as I can so I can get the fastest speed I can, and hopefully I get to 22,000 meters. It looks like, yep, it looks like we're gonna get it. There we go. So I'm actually going to take this fuel and in some way, or maybe not. Oops. I want to put all this fuel in this top tank, but I don't know the key for it anymore. I thought it was Alt, but apparently it's not anymore. Okay, anyway, I'm going to now land this. I just popped the parachute because it's going to pop whenever the atmosphere gets to it. Actually, we've made it very high. We actually almost made it to space. So yeah, that was that was a little less climatic than I thought it was gonna be. I was thinking we weren't gonna make it, and we made it with ease. So that works. See, we have this other notification. Set an altitude record of 22,000 meters. Yep, we got 7,000 funds, which is nice. 39 reputation. Cool. I'm going to put... Oh, wow. Astronaut cannot disembark while off Kerbal surface. Okay. What did it say I need? Astronaut complex upgrade required. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to take an EVA report, or a crew report up here, though, in our upper atmosphere. Keep that data. I'm going to time warp downward. The parachute should, yep, okay, it came out. Going to start getting our re-entry effects. I want to actually save this engine, so I'm going to try to use this little bit of fuel I have left to do a soft landing. Okay, the parachute should pop in a second. There we go. Now let's come down for a landing. Okay, we're getting close. Let me use a bit of this fuel. Okay. I blew up the engine, but I kept the fuel tank, so that should get me a little bit of money. Okay, so yep, let's recover the vessel. Cool, okay. So we got some science from that. We recovered our parts. And couldn't gain any experience. Okay, so let's go back to the mission control and mission control and see what else we can do. So yeah, we need to test this landed at Kerbal and test the other thing landed at Kerbal, which should literally just be putting it on the launch pad and testing it. So I'm going to accept that contract and accept that contract. And that is it. So let's close. Let's open this. Let's just replace our test craft with all the things we need. So, yeah, we need this decoupler tested at the surface of Kerbal. And we need... oh, it's this little engine that we need to have tested. I don't even need this parachute, because we're not going to be getting off the ground. So, save and launch. Yeah, all we need to do is pretty much press space twice and we get these things tested. So yeah, we're landed at Kerbal with both of them. Let me activate that. So yep, we got our funds, our science, and our reputation. And let's do it to detach the decoupler, and bam, we've got some more stuff. Let me recover that vessel. Let's get our funds back from what we were doing. And also, I want to recover those to get some money back that were just on the launch pad. And now, what other missions do we have? So yeah, we have the escape the atmosphere, which is definitely possible with our current gear, because we almost accidentally did it. And orbit Kerbal. I'm not sure if I can orbit yet, so I don't know if I should do that. Well, let's first go to the research and development. We can get this. It's got these radial decouplers, which are really useful. And I think with radial decouplers, I'll be able to get into orbit. So I think that's what I'm going to do first. So let me see. We don't need these yet because we're not going to be landing. But yeah, we definitely want that radial decoupler. So we're going to use our 18 science to research that. And now we have two new ones, flight control and general construction. General construction is pretty useful because it's got this other radial decoupler and these struts. And also stability enhancers, which are really useful. So let's close. So yeah, I'll be able to definitely escape the atmosphere. So I'm going to accept that contract. Orbiting Kerbal is an interesting one, but with the decoupler, I should be fine to do it. So I'm going to accept it and just trust that my skills that I can do that. Okay, but that is for another time. We will be doing that in the next episode. If you liked this video, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.